Hello everyone and welcome back to Worklair channel. Here is Volodymyr Kitansky and you are on the new episode of podcast series How I Use Worklair. This podcast is aimed at gathering the genuine feedback from real users of the platform so you can have a better understanding of what it is and whether it's worth your time. Today we have two amazing guests, Vasil and Dmitry from company named QArt. And without further ado, I'm glad you guys had a time to join these podcasts. How are you doing today?
Hello, thank you for having us today. Doing great.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm good. What about you?
Nice. All right, so how about start from a short intro about what do you guys do in QR company? What's your role? And yeah, let's start from here.
Okay, awesome. So let me start. I'm Vasil and I'm as the CEO and the owner of the QArt company. The QArt stands for Quality Art and we do quality assurance and testing. So I'm a CEO of the company and actually I have a lot of responsibilities and let me try to tell you more about this. So first of all, I'm responsible for the vision and the strategy of our company. So I set long-term goals, I set company vision, I set strategic directions and etc. Also, I provide leadership and guidance to the company's management teams and as well as employees, our QA engineers. So I try to inspire and motivate employees to perform their best, fostering a positive and productive work culture, establish organization values, and ensure they are reflected in day-to-day opportunities and their duties. So yeah, I'm also involved in the resource allocation, budgeting, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, and financial management to drive growth and profitability of our company. The second thing is about the client relations. I'm building and maintaining the strong relationship with clients all over the world. Yes, and as a CEO, I play a key role in nurturing client partnership, understanding their needs, what they are searching for, and ensuring about the client's satisfaction in the end. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's a lot of responsibilities, I can tell.
Yeah, yes, of course.
Thanks for sharing. Well,
if to be very short, overall, if to say in a few words, my main role at the QArt company is ensuring that we deliver high-quality QA services to our clients. That's it.
Amazing. Thank you. How about you, Dmitry?
Oh, yes, I am a regular QA engineer, so my role too easier. It's my role to ensure the quality and reliability of software products. And also I should make sure that the product meets certain criteria before it meets the customer eyes. So my tasks more easier than Vasil, but it's too important for our clients, I think.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, I think the role of every professional in the company like QR is utmost essential. While Vasil oversees the strategy, you actually execute the job that's being sold as a service to the client. So I would say this is amazing to have an opportunity to hear the feedback from the different roles when it comes to Worklair. And my next question is exactly how your workday look like inside the Worklair, how it helps you achieve your daily tasks. Maybe we start from you, Vasil, again.
Yeah, sure thing. That's a good question. Thank you. So actually, my day starts from the Worklair and checking everything is all right in the chats. That is very important because we have now all-in-one. That is something we were searching for a long time, and we are going through the communication. We are going through the time tracking. We are going through the other tickets, activities, and we are having everything in the Worklair right now. And how does it help? Well, that's a very good question. And first of all, we are working with a lot of different, like I mentioned before, clients all over the world with very different projects, etc. And we are having every client has a lot of different tools, a lot of different messengers, and actually it's making a little bit mess and makes our work with much more harder, Here we are having all-in-one. I really want to have one tool. I want to have all invoices. I want to have all boards. I want to have all messengers, all projects in one. And that is the main thing, I would say, that makes our life much more easier. And that's why we continue using Worklair.
That's amazing. I'm really glad to hear that. And given the full gamut of the tasks you have on board, I really hope we will continue delivering with the new features to cover all the entirety of operations you have there. And how about you, Dmitry? How do you use Worklair on a daily basis? How it helps you?
As usual, I start my working day from routine, but you understand it's routine is very important when you already work few hours without started your timer. And so the first one is to choose, some task, for example, communication task, and to check all new messages that I received from previous working day. And I need to say that it's comfortable, because at each bug report, at each task ticket, I have a separate chat inside it. And also all of these chats always present at my left sidebar, so in a short time I can check what the new messages or some reports I received, and I need to do something with this. And also from recent updates, I think maybe 4 weeks ago, I like a time tracker model window where in one click I can switch between tasks that was previous or most used. So for my work it's very comfortable when I should to jump up between different tasks. And so I think my day starts with time tracker, because it's very important.
Well, thank you very much for sharing this. And I'm pretty sure the tracking sometimes can cause a lot of troubles. I've been using tracking when I was a software engineer, and the accountability comes out of using the tracker is the first beneficial for, of course, the client or someone who is checking my timesheets. But in the end of the day, it also increases the discipline. And I hope Worklair tracker makes it easy. And as you mentioned in the recent update, I think we will not stop in improvement of this part. And yeah, I'm glad to hear the communication aspect is also helping you a lot. But my next question is about a little bit negative side of the thing. I'm trying to understand what's the most challenging part you find in Worklair. What's something you don't like?
Let's start from here. I think it's a good question, because I think Worklair it's a good tool for almost everything. Besides, I think one thing for me it's QA documentation, maybe some test cases, but it's really hard to do this with default stuff that Worklair can give us, but it's possible. I tried it, and yeah, I can say that it's possible, but not very comfortable. So I think this feature will be very helpful for document organizing and systematization of the testing process. And that's the most important. It's also more clarified for the process at all and for customers, I think.
It's very valuable feedback. I think we are touching a touch point, something that having in my questionnaire later on the road, like what feature you would recommend. And I think I will just double down here, because that's what you mentioned. So potentially you mean it would be nice to have all the documentation about the quality assurance part inside the Worklair. So do you mean like having something like, like Google Drive inside of Worklair, so I can see the documents, share the link inside the platform? or you relate to something more specific? Can you a little bit explain more about how would you see the perfect solution to this problem?
It's should be some combination between maybe some products that already we have at the internet, and need to think how it maybe use it in Worklair, because Worklair have a lot of features unique for this system. So I think we can't copy it and put it to Worklair from another product. We need to implement something new, something different from other. But yes, in one place, when you can share and maybe assign some test documentation to ticket or to few tickets, it will be very helpful for QA engineers and for developers too, because in each time developer can open the test case and see what the problem here and how I tested it.
That's very interesting. Thanks for sharing. I think we will have a chat to elaborate further on that regard, because if we can find something that won't take us too long to implement, I would definitely want to have it. And I do agree that documents was like a missing part for a long time. Thanks. Now, Vasil, what's on your end? What's the most challenging feature in the Worklair? What's something you probably don't like? Yeah.
Thank you for the question. So, as from my role, as from my part, there's nothing like I definitely not like in the Worklair. I will split my answer on two. First of all, I will tell about the mobile application. They are working fine, great, and I really enjoy using them. But I have a small feeling that iOS is going a little bit ahead of Android. So when something new feature or something cool is coming out, you need to wait a few days for it to appear on the Android, and it makes me feel that it's not fair for the Android users, and we could do it.
I'm making notes now. Thank you very much. I'm making notes now because this is serious. I mean, we usually have both mobile versions released at the same time, but what you're saying, it seems like Android is a little bit off. But I'm glad to hear that the only issue is like platform related. I make the note for myself, because this is something that we immediately should address. And I think recently we have upgraded the chat on the mobile because it had some issues and bugs. I think right now it should be much smoother experience. Well, thank you very much for sharing this. For the last item that we have merged with Dmitry in conversation, is there a feature that you would love to have, like on top of what you already see in the Worklair?
Let me start from this one. Well, first of all, we are working for some time with the Worklair, and if you request some features, we usually have it, and it looks really good. The only thing that we have, in my opinion, not done, for 100% is something like integration with, for example, some CI/CD, like, for example, with Indeed. So we should have, it would help our QA engineers and other project managers, developers, etc. Something like a very clear integration, so we can always see it, track, and not use other party tools, to see what is going on, what was deployed successfully, do we have some fails, and etc. I would also love to have it all inside. So I know we are working, you guys working on it, and it's pretty much on a very good way, but I'm not sure that it is like completed. And I think we should definitely have it, because it's really cool to have. It will cover almost all we need inside Worklair.
Yeah, entire process. Well, thanks for sharing that. And I think you mentioned Git, because we have GitHub integration already. It's working for some time and it's like pretty well. But yeah, we still miss some integrations with probably like CircleCI, when you probably have the notification like, hey, it's deployed. So quality assurance team knows that now we can go and test it, right? That's what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's in our pipeline. I think CircleCI will come next, because it's like something that we use in other teams, and that's something
Awesome.
that is very needed. But yeah, I'll catch up on gathering more details on the feature. Other than that, it just sounds amazing. the whole feedback. I really appreciate it. It's glad to hear that while we are developing a solution, we still have a lot of good sides, even though we appreciate there's a huge room to improve, and such feedback probably will be interpreted in the features in a very short time. So thank you very much, gentlemen, and I hope Worklair team will continue to excite you with the new features and improvements. And yeah, I'll pass everything we had here to the dev team and double check with you after this call.
Yeah, thank you, Volodymyr. Thanks for all the time.
Thank you for the interview. I really want to say that we appreciate what you do. We love your product. We are going to use it in the future, and we really enjoy it. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.
That's exciting. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Right, and for every viewer of the channel, please like the video if you like the content like that. Left a comment if you have anything to share, and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Have a great day, and I see you in the Worklair.